got our own clique, shit, I don't think finally getting into our own, Getting respect. We make it, carnal. We don't fake it, we just take it.
What's good with it, y'all? It's your boy Santo G. Back at it. You already know, spreading unity, prosperity, and respect. Above all, if you're new here, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button, tap that notification bell. It don't cost you nothing, and it will help out this channel. So today, I wanted to just tell you guys a story, and I wanted to talk about a certain topic that maybe you guys are wondering about. I did a live on it the other day, and it actually ended up doing pretty good numbers. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do a video just touching on that subject and on this story right here. So the subject at hand is, if somebody, right, is, say, no good in their neighborhood, right, are they still GP in prison? And that honestly, as long as a person doesn't have any bad charges, I'm talking about they don't have any kind of bad charges, or they haven't hit the system and checked in, then they gonna be GP, and whatever problems you guys have in the neighborhood, they stay in the neighborhood. Once you hit that prison yard, once you hit that county jail, it stays there. And let me tell you guys a story why I mean this, and pretty much a situation that pertains to that. So when I was out of state in Oklahoma, we were pretty deep out there. There was like 4 or 5 homies out there. So as we were there, a certain individual ended up getting there that we all knew. You know what I'm saying? It was all pretty much an ex-homie. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say no names or anything like that, but I'm gonna just tell you guys a story. And this is all real facts, and certain people can attest to this. So pretty much, like I said, we were like 4 or 5 deep there. Then all of a sudden, another homie lands there. Boom. And it ended up being somebody that, like I said, he didn't have no bad charges or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? He was good. Like as far as his name, if you run his name like they do in there, he's good. But in the hood, he ended up disappearing because he had to take care of something. He had to go on a mission. He didn't do it. He just ended up disappearing. Nobody ended up hearing from him. So they were just, hey, you know what? He ain't welcome around here. One of those. Right? Fast forward, it was even out of sight, out of mind. I had already forgot about this individual. I never even interacted with this individual. It was just a known fact. So we were like, okay. And boom, he ends up getting there. They end up telling us, hey, your homie so-and-so's here. Your homie so-and-so's here. Your homie so-and-so's here. I'm like, what? Right? He ends up, honestly, writing to me like, hey, woo, 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 I want to let you know I'm here, woo, woo, wow, woo, woo. Boom. Sends his 128G, all that, like, check it out, woo, woo. All right, cool. Boom. It was like that. I end up calling. You know, like always, you know what I mean? You call the streets like, hey, woo, woo, hey, homeboy just ended up pulling up here. Like, what's up? Hey, you already know what's up with them. It's still the same. That's what they telling me on the streets. So I'm like, damn, like, so what's up? Like, what you want me to do? They're like, hey, well, if you can, like, if you could touch them up, or, you know, however, I don't know. You know what I mean? The homie I was talking to was like, even at, well, I don't know, it's up to you. You know what I mean? So, like I said, we were pretty deep there. My celly was yard crew. So I end up acting like I'm yard crew. I end up sagging out with my celly. I end up slipping out with my celly. Start going to the yards that I need to go to that the homies are on. Because at that point in time, after the big riot that happened in Oklahoma, if you guys haven't seen that video, it's called Mistaken Identity. Well, after that riot, you would only go to yard with your own building. So it was hard to see other people. We wouldn't walk to chow no more. Like for them to minimalize like the interaction between people and a large scale riot like that happening again, they just started minimizing the movements of where you could go and all that, you know what I'm saying? So the only ways for me to talk to people was to act like I was yard crew. You would go to every yard and you would put an igloo of water, like ice, and then fill it up with water. One of those big yellow igloos, water, like the ones you see them dump on the coach. Right now, the Super Bowl that just passed, you know, the igloo of Gatorade that they dumped on the coach? Those right there, we would fill them up with ice and water and take one out to every yard. So I had to do that, go chop it up with the homies, like, hey, woo, woo. What we gonna do? Ooh, what we gonna do? Had to get them on board first. Like, hey, if we're all able to sag out and get them, are you fools with it? Yeah. So now I gotta go to the homie that got the yard pretty much and tell him like, hey, look, G, like, check this out. I got a situation. You know what I mean? Like, there's an individual here. Like, he's good. His paperwork is good. He checks out and all that, but us, as far as like in the hood, you know what I mean, like wanted to know what's up, like we could take care of him, like type shit. It was like, nah, like look, check this out, like that's gonna mess up with the program we got here, you know what I'm saying? Like y'all could do what y'all gotta do, but just know that if it turns into something bigger, like if y'all do this, and right there in Oklahoma, any little thing like that they would do, they would put everyone on lockdown. So he's all like, bro, you guys are gonna, if you guys mess up something that we got going on by us going on lockdown, like you guys are gonna get in trouble. Because that has nothing to do with whatever's going on. That's why I say, no good in the hood, but still GP in prison. And it happens. It happens more than you think. Because at the end of the day, if they still good, they still solid, they holding it down, then that's all hood business, and it has nothing to do with the whole structure as a whole. At least that's my take on it. That's what I got from it. If you guys know more than me, you guys let me know. But at that situation, they told us that was a personal problem. He was good. He wasn't there for no bad charges. He didn't have nothing like that, no confidential file, no nothing like that. Everything checked in, he was good. It's a personal thing. You know what I mean? It's your boy Santo G, man. I appreciate you guys for tapping in. But that's a little quick story right there. You know what I mean? And I ended up leaving, to be honest. Right in the middle of all that happening, I ended up coming back to Cali. And I'm pretty sure the homies were probably like, fucking high power ass fool left. Like, whew, we're glad that fool left. Like, fuck, we don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? Facts, because that's something that I don't know. Like, I ended up calling, they ended up, you know what I mean? I don't know. That's the mind space that I was at the time, but I'm pretty sure the homies were like, we dodged that one. You know what I mean? We don't want to do that. But yeah, man, it's your boy Santo G. I ended up coming back to California. That's when they changed the point system. Like in the middle of all that, within like a week, 2 weeks, I was on a bus coming back to Cali. And I'll touch on that in the next ones. It's your boy Santo G, real raw and uncut. Let's get it.